Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. It is your. How many scrunchies do you need on your wrist?
Oh my god, I have two. I really only thought I had one. Well, you never
You have
know.
like 17.
That's all I wear. Accessories.
A scrunchie being that's times are rough.
Times
Times are rough.
Well,
No more tennis bracelets.
times are tough. Mama got laid off.
Oh man. Wow, you're just gonna announce it on the pod. The first you just
It's like I'm trauma dumping, I think.
yeah.
Well, I have a lot of extra time, so perhaps some special apps will be
Just you by yourself. Just you applying for jobs.
Oh my god, that would be literally so true.
Lying on the applications.
Just being like, oh my god.
You could release some episodes and be like, anyone
Hire
anyone
me.
be a referral?
Oh my god.
You can live stream it.
Can anyone be a referral for me?
What kind of
Please.
job do you want?
One that pays me to stay at home.
A simple life.
Simple life for Miss Thing. Anyway. I didn't mean to start the pod off a little bit sad, but that you brought up that times are tough and
No, this is all a ploy. We're gonna start a Patreon. This is
Get the-
charity. Would you like to drop your Zelle and your Cash App?
Oh my god, I would. And actually, if anyone is looking to use us as advertisers, or if anyone would like to advertise their goods on our podcast, I'm available for a fee. Anyway,
Okay.
I got that out of the way. I feel better
Good.
now.
All right. I'm glad you got that off your chest.
All right.
So, what are we talking about today?
Miss
You know what we're talking about. You
Thing.
know what we're talking about.
What are we talking about?
House of Dragons.
Season 2 premiere.
There we go.
We are both unintentionally dressed in the colors of both House Green and House Black.
No. I'm just repping House Black. You are treacherous. I have a black cover for the mic, and you have a green one. You're Team Green?
No.
You're Team Green.
I'm
That's it.
not.
You made
Even
the choice.
although the cargoes may say otherwise, the top is House Black. Is
I
it
do-
team or house? I'm sorry. Team.
Like, people are saying it's House, whatever, but, I mean, they're both Targaryens.
True.
I mean, you want to use the high towers, sure, but, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. What a crazy episode.
This is... this was wild. This episode was wild. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I expected a little more fighting.
Okay.
I'm not mad at the episode. I expected a little more fighting. Like, I expected Rhaenyra, like, once she found the evidence that her son was dead,
Oh.
I expected her to just ride up on her dragon and just, like, Daenerys style, go ape shit.
I think it's early. I think she's a little more strategic.
Mm-hmm.
Also, okay, wait, we also have to disclaim, if you haven't watched the episode, we are going to be spoiling things. So
Spoiler.
But that's not really like a full spoil. We know that her son died at the end of the first season.
But it's still, we're going to be talking about...
We're going to be talking about season 2, so
Yeah,
the
so-
first episode.
So there will be we'll be spoiling things.
spoils. Let us reap the spoils or something. I don't know. I'm auditioning for season 3 at this point.
In this episode, you're looking at the camera a lot. I would like to know what is happening. You
Mugging for the cam.
You're looking at every camera too. My camera, your camera, full camera. There is not one like my camera is not gonna show you.
But
you're.
I might as well just be careful.
Yeah,
You never know when the money shot's there.
you're right. I want to shoot the 5 with Alicent. That's very clear. Alicent is what?
I agree, but I don't think she's my most hated character on the show.
Okay, here's why she's my most hated character. Because she is a hypocrite. She is the most hypocritical. Like, at the end of the day, she was friends with Rhaenyra. That was her girl. That was her bestie, all right?
Sure.
She went and fucked her dad to get a higher position, okay? Now, do I feel bad for her? Absolutely. Her dad did that to her. But you also got to be aware of, like, yo, I'm fucking your dad and I didn't tell you. That's kind of shady. Because then she gets all high and mighty, and then Rhaenyra is trying to fuck because her dad is trying to, like, sell her out to the to the Lannisters and stuff like that.
Oh my God, yes.
Which is what happens back in those days.
yeah.
But she's like, you know what? Everyone is trying to pop my pussy. I'm gonna pop my own to
Period.
whoever I want.
Period. Point
And so
blank.
she she is flirting. She gets with Christian. She flirts with her uncle.
she's on demon time.
She is. And this is
Love
all
that for
season
her.
1.
yeah.
And Alicent gets mad. She's like, "Did you fuck your uncle?" And Rhaenyra was like, "I didn't fuck my uncle." She didn't say she fucked Christian,
Yeah.
but that wasn't the question that was asked.
First of all, I love his name is Kristen.
Oh, please.
No, but I like that he has a girl's name because he is a little bitch. Can we all? Here's the thing. He's my most hated character.
But
He's
okay.
He's a dork.
But he's a loser.
But-
So I don't expect anything from him. With Alicent, it's the friendship for me because right. Like now she's fucking Sir Christian Cole,
Yes.
and then
that was
she lets
Christian.
Christian, man. That I'm not changing it. He doesn't deserve it. And then she lets Lord Varys like
Laris.
Oh my god.
Plot twist. This is actually when we find out that you don't know any of the characters.
Plot twist is when we find out I'm still watching season of Game of Thrones.
You're literally in like season 2 of Game of Thrones. Please.
With Lord Laris.
Laris. Oh,
She let him like jerk off to her feet
creepy.
while the king Viserys was still alive.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
my thing is like you a hoe too. So how you mad at your friend for being a hoe?
And like she wasn't married. Like you're being she's not being a homewrecker, but she's being a cheater, a philanderer. She's on freaky time too.
Yeah.
Letting a dude jerk off on her feet is disgusting.
He went crazy.
It was like so at first, like, do you remember that scene from the first from the first season where it's like he gives her some information and then he's like, and then she like begrudgingly takes off her little shoes,
Her little slippers.
her little slips, her little ballet flats,
Mhm.
from Forever 21.
Yeah.
She takes them off, and then he's like, and then it's like, then she like takes off her tights or her socks or whatever, and then she turns away, and he's
Mike.
Oop, thank you, sorry, poor mic technique. She's learning. Oh my God, when he like makes that second sort of like, and then she like takes off her little tights, and then I realize that he's absolutely being a foul little creeper.
To me, it made sense. I was like, okay, this is it. Because I'm like, what is his motive, right? I mean, here we learn, I think he has a bigger motive. In season 2, we learn that his motive is kind of to climb the ladder.
I mean, that was obvious from the first season, but to me, at least.
Yeah, I mean, climbing some sort of ladder, but here, political ladder.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, yes, he's always been like, I mean, he killed his family.
Yeah.
He had, like, he's part of the Strongs.
That's right.
And he killed his family. So, like,
yeah.
jerking off to the feet, I'm not like...
That's, Mama, that's on the totem pole.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a regular Tuesday for him.
And so, like, but to me, to my point, it's like she is doing all of this nastiness. Like, she's like, is somebody gonna match my freak? And then she's mad that Rhaenyra's asking the same question.
Maybe
like,
they should have matched each other's freak.
Well, there was some little, like, gay,
There's
lesbian
definitely
tension
some
there.
Leslie love in that
Mhm.
the first couple eps for
Yeah.
sure.
So, Sir Kristen Cole is your least favorite. Alicent is mine because, first of all, Viserys was on milk of the puppy when he was talking all that rubbish. He never once said like, "Oh, I think Aegon should be king." So like for you to take advantage of someone on their deathbed and like unscrambles these like last words is kind of crazy to me.
Well, and you know, at first I was thinking about it, and I sort of was like, do I blame her? Like, I kind of can see where he's like, it's Aegon, dream, kid, prince,
Yeah.
promise, and then he croaks. But I'm also, now in thinking about it, he's not the first Aegon. Like,
Yeah,
so to me, I'm like,
because he's talking about another Aegon.
well, exactly.
Yeah.
And so, and I just don't think, it's not like he was he's the first of his name. So
Yeah.
you're like, okay, it is debatable which Aegon he's speaking about. I mean, I understand her like weird. She's in her mind. She's already pushing her own agenda.
Yes.
Or her dad's agenda, really.
I think her dad's agenda. I think she has done a really good job of being coy. But, you know, like, and I kind of give her credit because in the first season, me and Kate watched the whole season trying to, like, catch up.
Yes. Which was so good. I'm so glad we did that,
Yes.
by the way.
And Viserys, at some point, he, like, is really mad at Rhaenyra. It's, like, the second name day of Aegon.
Yes.
And Alicent and him are talking by a fire, and he goes, "Oh, I had a dream about Aegon. Like, I would have a son, and he would be the king, and whatever." So,
and that's when he like starts to like kind of say, "I had some doubts for a moment."
That's the only time.
Yeah,
though.
right. Yeah.
And my thing is like that's so many years ago. Like to me, she listens to her dad too. She doesn't trust her dad, but she listens to him. So I'm like, you're an idiot, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. We talked about.
Oh, I kind of hate Otto Hightower too.
Oh, I don't think there's anyone that likes him.
Right. Well, I don't think anyone likes. I think people do like Alicent.
I did like Alicent, and I think there's a thin line between love and hate.
Ooh.
So I think, quote me. So I think that like the reason why I hate Alicent so much is because like there are some moments where I feel bad for her, where I see her POV, where I can understand her.
Yeah.
But then she does, stupid shit.
Well, it's like even when she lights so in the first episode of the second season, she by herself goes to the shrine or wherever and is lighting the candles, and she lights a candle for Lucerys, and all this time they're talking all this crap that it's like that they know that they're bastard children and that they're strong children, and she literally calls him Lucerys Valerian.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, mama, you like get what's happening. So like,
I mean, she also she usurped them, but she also was like, I'm not going to strike first. I am going to send her a letter.
Yeah.
So there is some moments there, but I mean, yeah. So okay. So we've got this just Lucerys dies, right?
In the first season, yeah. Her son.
And then we've got this like back and forth. This is the thing about like Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. They always do this like edging with you. There's this like back and forth of like who's gonna die, because you know that the episode is called A Son for a Son.
Yes.
So they always do this like edging back and forth. And I told you, I'm like, it's not Aemond.
No,
Aemond
you said it as the episode was playing.
I'm like Aemond won't die. He's too important. He's the pinnacle. To me, he's like the main character of the High Towers.
Right. Like
I feel like he is someone that. But Game of Thrones, they'll kill anybody. They'll kill Ned. You know,
God, what a plot twist. But also, I also neither of us have read the books, so it's like I know that there is actual. So I actually still feel like I'm going in blind, even though I feel like the history of the family has been charted out.
There's some things I do know, because of TikTok and because like some people have read the book, so they like say stuff on TikTok, or I've seen. They show that clip of Joffrey.
Oh,
when he says Rhaenyra's,
Yes.
For those of you, sorry if I spoiled that for you.
Yeah.
But, okay, so then what do we got next? We talked about who we hate. Let's talk about, I guess, what happens in the episode.
Okay, did the episode live up to your expectations in terms of, like, do you feel like it set up the season for a lot of drama?
I mean, of course, a baby died.
A literal baby was sawed apart by a sword. That was disgusting.
A baby heir died. Like, of course, this sets up, like, this, because what's interesting to me, too, that I wanted to talk about is, like, Aegon's character development.
Yeah.
Where,
oh, my God, from last season, right?
Yeah, like, he's always, like, this little shit. And then, like, I feel like the minute that everyone cheers when he becomes king, I feel like that's when he kind of changes. We don't get to see much because that's like towards the end of that's like the season finale.
Yeah.
But then like I feel like he has a little bit. He's still like a dickhead.
Totally.
But he has this like air of him now of like I am king, whereas before he was like I don't want it. I don't want to do this.
Yeah. Does he remind you of Joffrey?
Yes.
But a little bit softer, I think. Because I even liked like. He's young, but I also feel like when he's holding court and he has all of the people coming in with their pleas or whatever, and that one farmer is like, I need my livestock, and then Otto tries to steer him like, no, the dragons might need it. He goes, but can we just give it to him? Like, he, it's like,
That's you as a king.
oh my God.
Or as a queen. That is you.
I could not be a
People
queen.
would be like, my taxes, I cannot afford the new iPhone 16. And you're like, give her taxes on the iPhone 16.
And put an iPhone 16. Put it in her a little to-go bag. Gift bag.
Give her a CeraVe lotion while you're at it.
Oh my God. Actually, yeah. Like, I give her a whole skincare package. Yeah. They're like, I'm a peasant.
Like, give her the eye patch.
Yes.
Give her the eye patch.
Oh my God, the eye masks. Yum.
Yeah.
He has changed though.
Yeah, he's changed a lot. Yeah.
But I still think Aegon is like, I mean, he's a tool. But I'm interested to see. I think there's going to be some sort of like nastiness with him.
He did remind me much of Joffrey. He did.
Right?
Yeah, he did. When he was talking when they were having like their little court set, not with the like hearing people out. What did they talk about?
When he was like laying in the Iron Throne with his friends drinking.
No, when they were having the meeting. And he was like, "Well, let's strike."
Small council.
Yeah, small council. Yeah. When he was like, "Well, let's strike. Let's send Aemond down there to like set ablaze to River Run or whatever they were talking about."
Totally.
Like, just like his lack of awareness for death.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like people's lives being at stake. Like he's not like a chess player. You know? Like,
yeah.
Like his brother. You know, with Aemond.
Aemond gives me the willy chilies.
I'm going to say something so controversial.
Lay it out.
Aemond is like my third favorite character.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Oh,
what
he is no? Like, I mean, okay. In terms of him moving the needle and things, like being a player of the game.
What has Aemond done wrong except kill Lucerys? And that was by accident.
I mean, it was kind of disrespectful that he stole his aunt's dragon.
Okay. Okay.
I don't blame him.
Players got to play.
Yeah.
Ballers got to ball.
And Shaka's got to call.
Here's my thing.
Me and you, just the way it is. Can you imagine if House of the Dragon had like a contemporary soundtrack?
Like a pop song? Yeah.
Like it would be like, will you still love me when
That's crazy.
Alana
Del Rey.
Yeah. Chapel Roan.
Play your radio games.
They're like in corsets.
Yeah.
Like on dragons.
That's more like
Xbox.
Bridgerton.
Yeah. Actually, that is Bridgerton.
That plays Bridgerton.
Sorry, my intrusive thoughts won there.
That's okay. Intrusive thoughts. The lizard brain is a lizard. But he's my third favorite character because to me, he was bullied. They used to bully him. They used to make fun of him for not having a dragon. Like, not everybody gets a dragon. And then here's when Aemond became my favorite character. Is when they're all arguing when the eye thing happens, when he loses his eye.
Sure, in the first season.
And he literally gets up and he's like, first of all, his wig is busted. His wig is crusty.
Wiggiana.
And he gets up and he goes, "Do not mourn me, mother, for I have lost an eye, but I gained a dragon." And I was like,
yeah, that was kind of iconic.
I was like,
his wig was really just not.
No, his wig was a mess, but he lost his eye.
Yeah, so what are you going to do?
But you know what I mean? Like, so to me, okay, and then he stole the dragon. I get the disrespect, but she should have got on that dragon.
Yeah.
She should have got on. That's the biggest dragon.
Right. You
should have got on there. I don't know why you was... Well, she did lose her mother.
She lost her mother, and she's like 10 years old. Ashlyn's out here being like, come on, next move. What are you going to do? No pity parties allowed. No pity parties. Mom's dead. Get your dragon.
Okay, but here's the situation. If he wasn't ready for that dragon would have not taken to him. And that dragon respected his gangster.
And true. He lost his eye after.
Yeah, he gets off the dragon,
then they get in a fight.
And they're like, "That's my mother's dragon," and he's like, huh, "My dragon now." and then he calls them bastards. Like, to me though, that's Alicent's fault. You know what I mean? Like, so like a lot of things, but I like Aemond. He's very composed. Aside from always being like, I want your eye.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's crazy.
Every time he saw them, he's like, I want your eye.
Yeah, he literally would always make it known.
He's like,
give me that eye.
you ever seen that Denzel Washington meme where he's talking to Jamie Foxx and he's like, I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something. You hear me? He's like talking about like a set.
Okay.
I believe, and he's talking about how like he like takes stuff from sets. I think
That's hilarious.
or something like that, something to that effect.
I'm from around the
He
way.
goes, I'm from around the way. I'm leaving here with something.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
That's Aemond. Anytime he saw the Strong Boys, he's like, I'm leaving with something. Give me your eye.
And if not, it's gonna be your dragon. If not, it's your dead body.
Yeah.
It's your corpse. Yeah.
So he's my third favorite character.
Okay.
I battle between him and Daemon. I don't like Daemon sometimes because I don't really know I can't really read Daemon.
Yes.
Wait, you know who might be my second favorite?
Who?
The cousin. What's her name?
Rhaenys.
She's fucking fierce.
Yeah, she is fierce.
She's fucking fierce.
I love her.
So, who's your favorite? Who's your top 3
Top
characters?
3. Okay. Rhaenys is up there. I don't know if I can rank them until I say them out loud. Rhaenyra I'm obsessed with.
Rhaenyra's number 1 for me.
Boots. I love Rhaenys.
Yeah, she's number 2 for me.
And
because she be checking Daemon.
She doesn't care.
She checked her husband. She told him, like, we're going to, like, at what point are we chasing? She's like, I'm done with, I didn't get the crown. I'm done.
Yeah.
You're the one chasing, you know.
When
she fucking season finale comes up with her dragon, she like, makes her dragon yell at them.
Her and Rhaenyra are my favorites because, she is not afraid. I think she's so, fair in who because she sides with she sides with herself. She has her own agenda personally, and I think her intentions are always like she's not afraid to check anyone, to let anyone know, what she thinks they're doing right or wrong. Like she checks her cousin, she checks Rhaenyra, she checks Alicent. Like she goes in on anyone. Yeah. But she's so like I love how composed she is too.
And she also isn't afraid to change her mind. She wasn't Team Rhaenyra right
yes,
away.
Yeah.
Like she didn't remember she had that conversation with her in season 1 where she was like, you're a fool if you think the men are going to bend the knee to you.
Totally.
You know, like, and she, not that she was against her, but she wasn't really for her. And then remember, they kind of hate her for thinking that she killed their son.
Right.
And then the son goes, she kills everything she touches. And she goes, well, that girl right now is the reason why we're not at war. So, very observant, not afraid to change. So I like her.
I like her a lot.
Number 1 for me is Rhaenyra.
Number 2 is Rhaenys.
Yes.
And then 3 is Aemond.
3 and 4 is Daemon and Aemond.
Okay.
I can never decide because they're the same, but like Daemon, my only fear with him is that like sometimes I feel like I don't know his motives.
I definitely don't know his motives.
Yeah.
He's a little dark-sided.
Yeah.
Emo boy.
But when she goes, I want Aemond Targaryen, he goes, I will be going to King's Landing.
He said, is somebody gonna match my freak? Like he was ready.
He said Uber to King's Landing.
No, seriously.
He said XL.
Yeah. He got the Uber helicopter.
No, dead ass.
That was crazy. And that was her one line in the whole episode, which I loved.
Oh, was it?
Yes. She didn't say anything else.
Oh shit.
So
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. 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 Super interesting.
Yeah.
And then it fails. Which is, you know who my third favorite is?
Who's your third favorite?
Helena.
Of course. Of course. Of course.
No, I live for her. I live for her because she is she is just a little bit out there.
But you know that she's like really smart.
Yeah, no, she's like low key kind of clairvoyant.
'cause do you peep that in the beginning she tells him, Aegon, I'm afraid, and he goes, you don't have to be afraid of the dragons, and she goes, not of the dragons,
of the rats.
of the rats.
Yeah.
And then the guy, the rat catcher, is the one that kills the fucking kid.
She also says in that same scene, before she even says that, she's like, they want the boy. But, you know, she, like, talks to herself. She's a weirdo.
When did she say that?
She kind of, like, mutters it to herself. Like, as she's, like, embroidering or whatever.
Oh, shit, I didn't even peep that.
Well, there's so many, like, things. And then, okay. So, no, but, okay. I love her because I'm like, she is definitely, like, she is the true mystical character that I don't feel like we've seen really any sort of mystical characters on House of the Dragon. And I feel like I loved I forget her name from Game of Thrones. The Red Witch, the old bitch, Red Witch.
No, not the one that murdered the little kid.
I loved her. Loved her.
Please.
But then she saves everyone at the whatever. I'm not going to spoil it. I mean, she, like, I feel like there is, it's a magical world, and I feel like I do love all of the chess playing and the political agendas of all these different, like, mystical, like, or mythical fantasy families. But I'm like, if we have dragons, we have witch people.
Right.
And I feel like she's sort of, like, I like that I'm interested to see what her journey is on this season. Talk about a spook, though. So, okay, like, so her son gets killed.
Yeah.
Woof. Spooky. And
they didn't need to do him like that. That was crazy. They didn't even bring, like, chloroform or anything. They didn't even bring, like, knockout pills.
No.
They didn't even knock him out first.
They literally just had a sword and were like,
They literally went Thanksgiving on him. They literally carved the turkey. That was crazy.
Oh, and her little face, it was so sad. But then she goes to her mother, and her mother is doing the deed with public enemy number one in my book, Christian Phuket Cole. I just had a brain fart, but
because you were gonna call him Christian, because that is a normal name.
Yeah, but I know she didn't even process that, but can you?
No, she processed it because she was going that way, and then she turned around and put herself in the corner. But it's like, I think someone was like that he was supposed to be protecting the castle, and he wasn't.
I'm sure that's exactly. He was probably supposed to stand guard outside Alicent's room, and
what I liked though is that they give us the panic, right? Because when which one is blood, which one is cheese?
I don't remember.
The guy that's like a night guardsman. What is part of the Night's Watch? When like the maid realizes that he doesn't, like, he's not supposed to be up here. B, he doesn't know how to use that rat trap.
Yes.
When she noticed that, and then he like looks and she's gone. I love that they gave us the panic, because if they, like, to me, I'm like, bro, you didn't kill who we asked you to kill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you didn't do what you needed to do. But it shows the panic of, like, they either got to do something now, or they do nothing.
Yeah.
And what sucks about of Jacaerys being killed instead of Aemond is that, like, it makes Rhaenyra look worse.
Yeah. Oh.
It makes her, because, like, you kill Aemond, everyone's like, a son for a son.
Yeah.
You kill the baby, they're like, bro, he had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even his father.
Now it's just getting petty and crazy. It feels insane.
I mean, once you go for a kid, it's different.
And also, I don't even know. I mean, all Rhaenyra said was, I want Aemond Targaryen. Granted, I'm sure she did want him dead.
You're right, yeah.
But she doesn't say, kill him. Mm-hmm. She's like, I want him. So, no. Yeah. No, but I'm sure she, like, she probably wanted to set him ablaze or something crazy. She probably would have done it herself, but it feels like I'm intrigued to see how her and Daemon's relationship unfolds.
She's going to go in.
Yeah.
She's going to go in because she's going to feel bad for killing a baby.
Yeah.
She's going to go in. She's going to scream at him. She's going to go in.
I cannot wait. And then Oh, you know what was a really what I loved was the sorry, this is total plot
Mhm.
jumping. I loved the opening scene going back to Winterfell. Ugh.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the opening. Like they changed the.
Oh, the title sequence or whatever.
Yeah, I liked it because I'm like, oh, there's gonna be blood this season.
Yes.
Because
I mean,
there's usually always blood, but they change it. Like in the first couple of series of Game of Thrones, it's not blood, and then it becomes blood.
yes.
Like
Yeah.
they always change it. Like they either add new houses as they're introducing you to them, to the title sequence, or they add blood, letting you know, yo, this season is real.
Bloody.
Blood on the leaves.
Blood on the leaves.
And I liked that it had it in that title sequence.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I was like, we getting ready for some shit, some crazy shit. Yeah.
But I liked when we went back to Winterfell, and I love that they used the Stark theme.
Mm-hmm.
I love the use of the scoring and talking about even. Sorry, I'm literally plot jumping all over the place.
That's okay.
But even you just talked about the panic, even the panic and the tension in the music during the blood and cheese scene was wild. But I loved going back. I loved going to Winterfell. Love seeing another Stark.
The Starks are so annoying about the North. We got it already. Do you think we've built this wall to keep winter and savages out? All right.
My God, no.
Okay. All right.
Literally.
Well, here's the situation here. I'm at war. My mother's at war. So can you lend me some men?
No.
The Starks are so serious, which is what we kind of love about them.
Yes.
But what is so annoying about them? Like, are they always going to be righteous people?
Yes.
Like, are we never going to see, a fucked up Stark?
Like a messy,
Yeah.
drama. You're so right. Well, Arya was kind of a messy Stark. But,
what? Arya?
I mean,
How?
I don't know. She was
Did I scare you?
You scared me. I don't know.
I was so passionate about it. I don't think she was messy at all. She's calculated.
She is
detailed.
calculated, but I think
No, I want to see a messy Stark. Like we see a messy Lannisters, we
Okay.
see messy
Targaryens.
Baratheons, messy Targaryens, messy we see a bunch of messy in the family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Messy Dorne,
yeah.
But when it comes to the Stark, they're just so righteous. I'm like,
It-
fucking snooze fest.
Yeah, snooze fest. It's so funny because even you remember from Game of Thrones how they just make all of the Southerners just make fun of the Stark and the Stark family in the North because
Yeah.
they're always and they're always blathering on about about the wall.
About the wall and the dead people.
Yeah, and everyone's like, okay, crazy.
They're, the Starks are the North is like Seattle.
oh my
Just
God.
so gloomy.
Gloomy. They're all Debbie Downer. I feel like they're always the one that comes to the Starks are always the one that come to the party and everyone's having a good time and they're like, did you know that all of these straws that we're using are going to be deposited into the ocean and the sea turtle population is going to completely go extinct? And everyone's like,
No,
Okay.
they literally
suck
the Starks
air.
walk into a party and they're like, we're really gonna play Ignition, he's in prison, and we're like, okay,
Okay, but this is the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen.
it fucking slaps.
Literally,
But
mommy.
they're so righteous. You're
Oh.
you love them because that's what you love them for. But sometimes
Yes.
you're like, can we relax?
Yeah.
He's so serious. But it was nice to go back to Winterfell and get a little bit of a sense of Game of Thrones again.
Yes.
Damn, I was gonna say something I totally forgot. Please, if you have something to say.
Okay, so also, can we talk about this is the first we're really seeing of the Targaryens being really wed to each other. That is upsetting.
But
Being wed to your sibling,
But we've known that.
you know that, but
Because even when Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen, when people are like, when they find out that that Jon is a Targaryen, everyone's like, he's the king, and the whole time I'm like, he's fucking his aunt. Like,
Yeah.
no one, like, that was like, everyone was like, oh my
Brother,
god, he's the king. Oh my god, he's the king. I'm like,
What's that?
3 steps back, he's fucking his aunt. But that's like,
What's that, brother?
What's so crazy, talking about how you're on your Alicent being a hypocrite,
mhm.
she, like, when she's like, Rhaenyra, did you or did you not have sex with your uncle? And she's like, I didn't. And then what do? You marry your children to each other? You're nasty nuts, bitch.
First
You're
of all,
nasty
and
nuts.
knowing that your son is an ass and like is
He
not,
raped someone.
yeah, and like
Screaming.
he has
Sorry.
like bastard children, and
Yeah,
like
mess.
it's like you dead, like, because remember that Rhaenyra's like, let's marry Elena and Jacaerys.
I don't remember that.
In the first season, she's like, I propose that we, and remember, she's like milk, remember, like a little bit of milk.
Oh, yeah,
She just gives birth.
Yeah,
birth to births.
Births.
She just gives
Multiple.
birth to the newest of the
Bed-
Strongs.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
And she's like, let's marry Jacaerys and Elena. And like, Jacaerys is such a nice kid.
Yeah.
But you didn't want that, so you got her to fucking fuck her brother, who is mean to her.
Yeah. And they have kids.
Alicent is a hypocrite.
Let me
That's my
ask you.
situation.
Let me ask you.
Wait, God.
Gun to your head.
Yeah.
You have to marry one of your siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you marrying?
What kind of gun we using? That's more of my question. What kind of gun we're using? Make
No,
it
you
fast.
have to
Machine
choose.
gun, right to the head.
You have to
Two
marry
to the
one.
chest.
You have. You have
That's
to marry
not fair.
one of
You
your
don't have any siblings. I can't ask you that. That's not fair. I gotta play the creepy game, and then you don't get to play the creepy game because you're an only child. That's not fair.
Lonely only.
That's not fair.
I'll marry myself. What sibling? What sibling you marrying?
What, you're really gonna make me answer that? But I'm not having sex with them.
What?
You can't give me gun to the head choice and then be like, psych, no gun to the head. You can't. Actually, you can't die. Actually, no gun to the head. Just answer my creepy question. What game are we playing here? This isn't a game. You're trying to embarrass me in front of everybody, in front of the fans, so they can say Ashlynn is creepy. Ashlynn is a Targaryen.
Okay, so you don't have to have produce offspring with your siblings. Which sibling are you marrying? Is it a love? Is it out of love? Is it out of strategy? Who are you choosing and why?
I'm not answering that. That's crazy.
No, I need to know.
That's crazy.
I want to know.
Here's my thing. I'd marry my sister because like we're both girls and it'll be like fun. Like we could kiki, and my sister's funny.
Okay, true.
My brother Dante, he's just so serious and righteous. He's a Stark. Dante is a Stark.
Please.
He's so righteous. Moogie could be a political move because Moogie is like Aemond Targaryen.
He'd be like,
He's Daemon.
he'd be like, I want an eye for an eye.
Yeah. He's like, you gonna give me that eye? I'm leaving here with something.
He is literally Denzel Washington. Yeah, he definitely. Moogie, if you were going to do like a familial marital contract, he's definitely like the Daemon,
Yeah.
the Aemond. Like, he's like, okay.
Yeah, he's like,
You
gotta
don't
do-
have to
we
produce
gotta
off.
go to war.
Yeah, you don't have to produce offspring. With them.
Dante's just righteous. He's annoying.
Like, who would you? Okay. Let me rephrase this question.
Please rephrase it.
So if so we're not producing heirs. There's no like
Good.
no yeah we're not
Good.
we're not doing incest.
Because then I'll take gun to the head.
Yeah, okay.
Sword to the neck.
Who would you feel like if you had to be in a political marriage, like
Mhm.
ruling situation, like you're gonna be king and queen, keeping the bloodline pure, but we're not continuing the whatever.
Mhm.
Who would you want to rule with? Would it still be? Who would it be?
That's a hard question.
You know what I mean?
That's a hard question because like my sister and I are always in agreement, and I think my sister is more passive
Okay.
than I am, and so you need someone to like be chill with your temperament.
Mm-hmm.
Dante has a bad temperament. Me and Moogie don't always see eye to eye.
Mm.
So I don't know. Who of your family member do you want to fuck? Huh? Which one of your family members do you want a raw dog?
I'll take a gun to the head.
Ah! You know what I was gonna say? I knew that Jacaerys was gonna die. You want me to tell you how? When they brought him to the small council, right? And he became one of my favorite characters because he was fucking with Tyland's fucking ball, like
oh my
whatever
God,
the
he
glass
was
ball is.
yeah,
And
first of all,
Tyland-
I don't know what that is.
And Tyland was stressed. Like, it is a child.
Yeah,
Give him the fucking ball. Who cares?
I love that he's like, little lord, please. You having a good time? And then
But, like-
Aegon's like, I think he needs a pony ride.
He needs a piggyback ride.
That was crazy.
But Tyland is just, he's the worst. Here comes another Lannister. Like, that's what I mean.
Oh my
Like,
God, I know. I
like-
love that the family traditions and temperaments stay consistent.
he's just like stressed. He's like, give me my ball. Give me my ball. Give me my little glass ball. And Jairus is just like, I want it again.
Also, he's a twin, right? Tyland,
Oh, I don't know.
isn't he? Was he on the small council in the first season? I don't remember.
I don't
There
think
are
so.
Too many people. Yeah. This-
Wasn't he the one that wanted to marry Rhaenyra?
Or was that his twin brother?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. But that's when I knew Jacaerys was gone. Because I was like, oh, man, like, he just became my favorite
Yeah,
by
he's
fucking with Tyland Lannister. I was like, he's done. There goes Game of Thrones.
I know, especially when they like go on the scene. You're like, I know who's dying.
Yeah.
I know the one who was a good time,
Yeah, the good boy.
the one who brought a sense of comedy to this sad series.
So what are we expecting from next season, from this whole season?
Okay, I would say, I think that we're going to see some inner struggle in
Mm-hmm.
the House Black, Team Black. I can see a little bit of a Daemon Rhaenyra, because while I like sort of understand their connection, I feel like they're I don't know, they don't always gel to me. They're like they're almost like oil and water.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see some. I don't think Daemon would ever switch sides, like go to the Hightower side. But I do think like that there will be some inner strife, which I'm interested to see.
I see a couple of things. I see, okay, one, and you and I have talked about this before. Me and Kate have talked about like because everything has been sped up. What are we gonna see at the end of House of Dragons?
Yes.
The series point blank.
Yes.
Do we meet the Mad King? Do we see how the Mad King dies? And there it goes into the beginning of Game of Thrones.
True. Yeah.
You
I don't
know?
Who knows?
So do we? Is this gonna be another like? Is
There's
this
so
season?
much time in the first season that was
Yeah, like a big timeline.
timeline.
Yeah. Like what was it? This. I wonder if this season is just about the war, the Dance of the Dragons,
Okay.
and just like the war between all the dragons. I mean, this is gonna be fucking sick.
I can't wait.
I cannot wait for the dragon fight. So this season, I think a lot of war. I think what's gonna happen is a lot of people are gonna tiptoe still.
Mm-hmm.
People are gonna make both Team Black and Green are both gonna make mistakes and
yes.
like
That's a given.
and like like she wanted to have Aemond but kill Jacaerys. You know, like Aemond didn't want to kill Lucerys. He was just fucking with him, but
Yeah.
you don't. We've heard this plenty of times. You don't control the dragons.
Yeah.
You don't. You don't
Yeah.
have control. It's an illusion that you do.
Yeah.
And so everything seems to be like mistakes, and then I feel like we'll get to a war.
Yeah.
I agree with you with the Daemon and Rhaenyra stuff. I think Daemon, to me, I'm like, do you still want to be king or did you just want to be hand? I'm not
Right.
sure.
That's what I'm saying.
And so like I can see some stuff there. Here is like something that is in the back of my head that I think we will see maybe in this series. I don't think that Daemon and Aemon are going to go against each other. I think I can see those two working together.
You've been saying this since the first season.
There's just always like they just hate everybody but each other, and they've never had any relationship.
Yeah.
Daemon is the only person Aemond respects. When they're like fighting, when they have like when Viserys is like, I want a dinner, and then Aemond is like, I want that eye.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm gonna leave with something.
Yeah, I'm from around the way, and he's like, I want to give a toast to the strongs, my nephews who are so strong. They get into a little scuffle, and then Daemon gets in the middle, and Aemond walks away.
Yeah.
When Aemond said, "Oh, do not mourn me, for I've lost an eye, but I've gained a dragon," Daemon was like, "Real recognize real." Like, so to me, there's this like relationship there that they're hinting to us, but nothing has come of it. So,
okay,
I think some of that.
I hope that we see Kristen Cole's head on a motherfucking spike this season, because I swear to God,
Lord Larys. He's going to climb the ladder. He is spooky. To me, he's the scariest. And I can see him turning on Alicent this season.
Oh, I think he already has started.
Yeah.
I don't know what but he's like one of those guys where you're just like, you're going to become the Hand, and then what? You're just going to make a pervy Westeros? Like, grow up. Like, grow up. You're annoying. Like, because I don't really see his motives outside from him just being a fucking weirdo. Like,
well, he's like kind of torturous. I think he gets off on that. Because, like, you know who he reminds me of? Qyburn.
Yes.
From Game of Thrones, and Lord Baelish. Littlefingers.
Oh, my God. Oop. Yeah.
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 Who doesn't know the names now, bitch? He reminds me of, like, a child from those two.
Maybe
like a mix of those.
Oh, maybe they produce.
Do you know what I mean, though? Because Qyburn was very, like, torture, just made weapons that were
scary.
Yeah, for no reason, but a genius.
Yeah.
And Lord Larys has been a genius. You can't deny that. And Lord Baelish, Littlefinger, was, like, played the game.
Yeah.
And, like, was nobody and became someone.
Yeah.
You know? So he kind of plays that game. He falls into that. So I can see him climbing the ladder. And, like, I can see him being a little bit
I can see
of
him
a problem.
Yeah, I can see him trying to become the Hand of the King. I think he already is trying to.
Yeah, he told him, like, oh, your father was seen as a weak king, and your grandfather was his hand. So
and Aegon's like, I know.
And especially, Aegon's like, what else is new?
Yeah.
But,
Daddy wasn't there.
No, literally. He says that in the first season when they're in, like, the carriage.
Yes.
He's like, you believe I was king? He didn't even like me. And it was like, Daddy.
Yeah, literally Austin Powers comes out with Ming tea.
Pop culture in Game of Thrones.
I love it.
You should make a Broadway parody of Game of Thrones or something, or House of Dragons. You want to play the game before we sign off?
I absolutely do.
Okay,
but I would like to say, I would like to see Kristen Cole's head mounted on a spike by the end of this season. I don't want him burned at the stake. I don't want him burned by a dragon. That feels too fast. And I just want to be able to look at his dumbass face beheaded. That's dark.
It's dark. But you've lost your job. So the days are dark.
So
I think I don't want to see Alicent die, but I want to see Alicent. I want to see...
You want to see her suffer?
I want to see her exposed for who she is. That's what I want to see. I want to see her exposed. I want it to come out that she's letting Kristen Cole eat her clam, and she's letting Lord Larys jack at her feet. Like, I want her exposed.
You want her shame walk.
Shame.
Like, yeah.
Like a Cersei. Yeah. Because that's exactly who she is.
Yeah.
Because you can argue that Cersei had the right motives if you look at it from her POV.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting too, what I like about House of Dragons and Game of Thrones and that whole like situation is that, you know, us watching it, it's so easy to choose a side. Rhaenyra's queen, her dad always but when you're someone who is living the story, like these characters are,
sure,
you don't see everything.
Right.
You know, so it's like I like that we get to see why Alicent's POV is right.
Yeah.
You know, like, and why Aemond is right, and why Rhaenyra is right. Like, all these people are right in their own way, except Kristen Cole. But
he's so embarrassing. I really hate him so much.
But I like that. I like that we get to see why everyone's POV has a legitimate reason.
Well, and it's interesting to also see, like, like you said, you know, like Alicent is the precursor to Cersei, basically. Like,
Yeah.
you just see a lot of, it's, you know, what to take out of it, I guess, is like history does repeat itself. I mean, it's like
Right.
a real truth, and
Mhm.
I like seeing it displayed in a fantastical fictional setting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I feel like it's so detailed and nuanced. I mean, the show is just like beyond.
Yeah.
Okay, so my game for you is, I love zodiac charts, as you know. So I want you to give me your 3 characters. Doesn't have to be your top 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to give me, like, who do you think is your, if you're Rhaenyra sun,
Mm-hmm.
someone moon, and someone rising. Like, who would you say?
So what's your son? Not. I'm saying like what's.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking for my
No.
your son. So for you, like, you're a Taurus. So like that's sort of your main characteristics that carry you through your day to day. Like that's your dominant energy, I feel.
I'm a Rhaenyra son.
Okay. Your moon is sort of like your inner emotions. So like your moon is an Aquarius, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your innermost, like, inner truth.
Aemond.
Oh my god.
I'm an Aemond moon.
I'm gonna leave with something.
You gonna have to. You take my eye. I'm gonna have to leave with yours. If there's a dragon to take and I don't got one, I'm gonna have to leave with yours.
Period. And then what's your rising? So your ascendant is like who, how people perceive you. How do you think people perceive you?
I think a Daemon.
I was literally gonna say that. I actually think that's a pretty fair assessment of, I think that's a pretty fair assessment.
I think I'm a yeah. And so, what are yours? What's your son?
Okay. I low-key think
You're an Otto son.
I'm Kristen Cole's son. I'm a Laris son. No, fuck. I kind of feel like a Rainey's son.
A Rhaenys?
Yeah.
That's who you are?
No, I take it back. I think I'm Helena's son.
Okay, I would think that's your moon.
And I think it's my moon, too.
Oh, so you okay? Because your moon is Virgo and your rising is Virgo too. So
Yeah.
You're a double Elena. Your sun and your moon and your sun.
Why? Who would you say my son is?
Aegon.
Just a messy drunk. I'm a Viserys son, actually. I literally
Yo!
have blacked out.
Yo!
Actually?
No, actually,
Fuck you.
that is your son.
Okay.
You are so indecisive. You're like the Rhaenyra queen, Aegon queen.
Yes, queen. Yes, queen.
You
Okay.
are
Maybe I'm.
Viserys' son.
That's so fucking tragic. That's so tragic. I think I am a Viserys. Because I think he also, they call him the peaceful. I think he's peaceful. I don't think he is a bad guy.
No, he's a sweet boy. He's always nice to his cousin. He's always nice.
And he does have like a
Yo.
correct sense of like what's right and wrong. Fuck you. I really am so pissed right now. My God. Am I going to have lesions and black teeth when I die?
Oh
Is
my
that
God. Make
literally-
sure you write your will before you die of who you want as, you know, don't be Viserys.
No.
Who's your moon?
My moon
Helena.
is Helena for sure.
And who's your rising?
That's tough.
Just tell us. It's no, look, you're Viserys. You're literally Viserys.
I'm just trying to think if there's anyone I'm not thinking about.
If you're not thinking about them, then they're not worthy.
Then they're not worthy.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd probably be a double Helena,
Yeah.
like a rising
I
Helena.
think that's how people see you.
Little neurodivergent.
No, I I just mean like very
Intuitive.
Yeah, intuitive, kind. Like she's so sweet. She doesn't have a bad temper. Like I think that's fine.
Yeah, okay. Damn, that's kind of sad. Those are
Okay.
soft characters.
So-
I really thought I was going to be like, I thought I was going to have, like, I came up with this game and I was like, you have like a little Rhaenyra or you have like a little Rhaenys. And I'm like, no, I'm just the two little sleepies over the sleepy Targaryens. In my heart, I really want to be like a little bit of Rhaenys, but I don't think I project any of that.
Oh, I would love to be Rhaenys. I would love to be Rhaenys. I would love for my moon to be Rhaenys. I would love for how people perceive me to be Rhaenys. I would love to be Rhaenys. Like, just compose, like, work it, bitch, diva,
Cover girl.
hunty, cunty, munty. But I'm just not her. You know? Like, I'm messy.
True.
I'm emo like Aemond.
True.
Aemond's like, my mother thinks I started the war. And that's me.
And we're like, you did.
He did not start the war. The usurping start the war.
True. Otto Hightower.
So okay, so I'm Rhaenyra son,
Okay. Aemond Moon.
Aemon Moon,
Daemon Rising. I mean, the Daemon Rising is really, like, so spot on.
Because that's not who I am.
Because it's not who you are, but it is
Yeah.
how people can perceive you, I think.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's not me at all. And you are Viserys' son, Helena Moon, Helena Rising.
That's so tragic.
Well, thank you so much for listening to Lounge Lizards. Hopefully you didn't lose any brain cells this week. Once again, I'm Ashlyn Salzano. You can find me at Ashlyn Please go ahead. Please, Lord Laris. Please continue.
No, I'm take off your socks. No, please finish and then I'll
You can find me at Ashlyn Salzano on Instagram and all the platforms.
socials. Love. And I'm Kate Ryan. You can find me on Instagram at Kate Ryan37. I just killed a fruit fly. So maybe she is
Helena would never kill a fly.
So we have to redo my whole chart.
Please wrap this up, please.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Oh, what are we doing next week?
Have we decided?
Inside Out 2.
Inside Out 2.
Inside Out 2, guys.
So get ready. Bring
So-
some tissues.
Yeah, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. We're going to watch it this week. Go watch it, and then we'll discuss together. And if you have watched it, get ready. Okay.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.